So boys, Druid Evoker here, and finally we got the class tuning coming May 5th or 6th, depending on the region. Now, some of you know I've been grinding arenas, got 11 classes out of 13 so far, about 1.8 and even more specs, almost 20. So I know how the balance is at the moment, you know, I know how it is because I played it all, and let's see what do we have here. Now, before we start, I'm gonna say one thing. What do we need? We need mage nerfs. We need mage nerfs. What else do we need? We need rogue nerfs. What else do we need? We need buffs of many classes. Many classes that I won't be mentioning, like Shadow Priest and many of them. Fury Warrior, you know. So let's see what we got here, and I mean those are the most important ones. Okay, now let's get going. So DK, I played all of the DKs. Frost DK, really strong burst. Unholy DK, really strong burst. And I think Unholy DK, before we read, needs consistent damage buff. I think Frost should stay the burst one shot. However, I think Unholy should be that, and I think we need to buff consistent outside of the burst damage. That's my opinion. Let's see what do we have here. Classes, Death Knight, all damage increased by 5% does not affect PvP. Okay. Unholy, Magus of the Dead, Shadow Ball damage reduced by 15% doesn't affect PvP. Graveyard damage reduced by 15% doesn't affect PvP. Rider of the Apocalypse, Whitemane Epidemic reduced by 25%. Trollsbane Ice Fury damage reduced by 25%. Thrill of the Blood now increases the damage of Dread Plague and Virulent Plague by 10% instead of 5. So all of these are not for PvP except the Sand Lane buff, which is not important in PvP, right? It's really not important in PvP because no one's gonna play that. I tried it out, it's garbage. It does like 50% less damage than the Riders, so it's unplayable. Nothing changed for DK, unfortunately. No PvP changes for DK. Yeah, nothing. So DK wise, as I said, I think Frost is really good actually. I don't want them to touch it because if they buff it, they're gonna nerf it heavily, it's gonna get destroyed. So I would keep Frost here. Unholy, I think it does need, you know, maybe a little buff to the outside of the burst window. Okay. Demon Hunter, what do you have for Demon Hunter? Havoc, you know, it's like a middle of pack. It doesn't smell good, it doesn't smell bad, you know, it's just there. Nothing crazy. Devourer, Annihilator, I think is nice. Void Scarred is disgusting and needs nerf. Okay, Void Scarred is really disgusting to play against. Now if you play it, I know it's super fun and all, but if you play against it, it's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. So we need to nerf Void Scarred. Annihilator, I don't mind even buffing. Like, it does really good damage, but it has counterplay. This shit doesn't have counterplay. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So let's say Demon Hunter. What do we have? Devourer, all damage reduced by 3%. Okay. Annihilator, Voidfall, Meteor damage reduced by 12%. Annihilator, Meteoric Rise damage bonus for Void Ray reduced to 10% from 15%. So we're nerfing Annihilator mostly. Wow. Hopefully we have some PvP changes, right? Because I'm not liking the changes. Devourer, Void Scarred, Void Surge damage reduced by 20% in PvP. Very, very nice. I like this. This is good. This is good and this is fair. Now this, I mean, you know, was it needed? Probably not. So, you know, it's okay, I guess. Havoc, thick skin increases, this is for Vengeance. For Vengeance, thick skin increases armor by 185% instead of 150. For Havoc, we have nothing. Nothing. Wow. Impressive. Again, nothing. Okay, Druid. Guardian. Wild Guardian Echo effectiveness reduced to 200% from 300%. I played one game against Guardian Druid in Arena, Shuffle around 1.7. And my boy was one-shotting. It was literally one-shotting from 100 to 0 almost. Like, I was left at 10%. In the burst, he's one-shotting. Outside of the burst, he does nothing. So the burst is crazy. Red Moon damage reduced by 20%, Maul damage reduced by 15%, Raise damage reduced by 15%, Ravage damage reduced by 15%, Trash direct damage increased by 200%, Trash blade damage increased by 100%. Interesting. Well, for PvP this is good because it was way too strong, right? But then again, I'm definitely for buffing the consistent damage. But the one-shot garbage, you know, it's really not fun to play against, right? You can heal him, but he's gonna one-shot you randomly. That's not fun and interactive, right? So I'm all for this. Restoration Druid, all healing reduced by 3% doesn't apply to PvP, okay. Everbloom heals for 20/40% of Lightbloom final heal was 25/50% doesn't apply to PvP. Okay, what do we have in PvP section? Star Surge damage increased by 18% in PvP, great. I was playing Boomy and honestly, I was struggling to finish the games. The pad damage is insane. The pad damage is really insane. Like, it's really high. Some lobbies I would be even 2.5 times more damage than the other guys. But I would still lose. Like, Moonfire damage, very high. All the dots, Sunfire Mushrooms, all the, dots do really good damage. But it's all pad. Like, the burst is not there. The Star Surge damage is not there, and this is gonna help very nicely. So this is a very nice for Boomy. And in my opinion, we could maybe buff it more, but we need to nerf the pad damage a little bit because it's too high. Because if it has huge pad damage and the burst, it's gonna be a little bit too much, So we'll see how it goes, okay? But I like the change, definitely. I like the change. Now, Feral, we don't have any changes. I played both with Boomy and Feral. Feral, I really suck. Boomy, well, I told you guys. For Feral, I don't think we need any changes. It's just if you can't climb as a Feral, it's a skill issue. It is for me as well, so, Okay, let's go next. Evoker, I just finished with Evoker. God damn, it's the same thing as Boomy, guys. It's the same thing as Boomy. Solid damage, same utility, really good utility for the team, but it's all pad damage. The burst is just not strong enough. Your, burst, the Azure Sweep thing, does like 50k damage. And Press Evoker hits harder than that. Press Evoker hits with Chrono Flames like 60 to 80k, I mean. And the Evoker hits for 12k. So Healer hits with the Living Flame 8 times as much as a DPS spec. That's all I'm gonna say. So I think the Devastation Evoker does need some help, honestly. People are overvaluing it. Like, it's not that good. It's really not that good. For Augmentation, I just played one game now. Honestly, I have no clue. I still don't know how to play it. But it's okay. It's only for one tricks, right? For Press Evoker seems really good. Like, Press Evoker seems really good, offensively, really good. Now, the only problem is if you get, out. I don't even know how to say it. Out. If you, get behind in the game, then it's hard to catch up. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it's really good. Okay. Augmentation, all ability damage and pet damage reduced by 5%. Pet damage. Is that the clone thing? Well, that's kind of sucks. I just played it. I don't think it's broken. Fix an issue where Infernal Blessing damage was properly modified by specialization based on passive Infernal Blessing spell damage coefficient has been adjusted to compensate, so its effective damage will only be changed per the above adjustment, whatever. So Scalamander is not played anyway, so Evoker pretty much no changes. I think it's fine. I think, again, all specs are decent, but the Evoker, I think, needs a little bit more burst. Just a little bit, okay? Hunter. Okay. So Hunter, one of my mains. Marksman got gutted. BM is still very strong, very solid. Survival. I hate that spec. What have they done? What have they done to this spec? It's disgusting. It's unfun. It's just one shot, niche. It's just lame. It's like 3 buttons spec. Like, I hate what they've done to it. I've been saying it since the midnight release. I hate what they've done to survival. I really loved survival. I don't like it anymore. I just don't like it. I need a new rework. That's my opinion. Now for Marksman, we need some buffs, okay? Beastmaster, let's see what we have here. All damage dealt by you and your pets increased by 4%, does not apply to PvP, okay? Marksmanship rapid fire damage increased by 20%, doesn't affect PvP. Explosive shot damage increased by 100%. Sure, explosive shot does nothing, so nice. Arcane shot and multi-shot damage increased by 30%. This is good. Steady shot damage increased by 100%. Who cares, man? Who cares? What else do we have? Okay, PvP changes. All damage dealt by you and your pets reduced by 3% in PvP. Guys, this is fine, I would say. Beastmaster is really good. It's really good, but then again, it's a mage killer, and we need mage killers in the game because mages are just too strong. So that's what I don't like about it. Okay. Black Arrow increased by 11% in PvP combat. All damage increased by 5% in PvP combat. This is gonna do much, probably not. For the Dark Ranger, it's gonna do something. Now, for the Sentinel, it's still not gonna do much because precise shots were heavily nerfed. But we did buff Arcane Shot a little bit, I guess 3%. So we will see. Maybe it will be a B tier spec after all, right? So we'll see. Mage next. Let's go up. Mage. Guys, you know that I've been saying this since the dawn of times. While people were crying, Mage is overpruned. Mage is this, Mage is that. I was saying, no, Mage is broke, Mage is broken. And patch after patch, they haven't been nerfing the Mage, the Frost Mage. Now, I respect the Arcane Mage. I respect the Fire Mage. One of my favorite, probably my favorite caster in the game, Fire Mage. But the Frost Mage, the Blizzard's little princess. No. No respect for that. We need to heavily nerf this, okay? So what do we have here? Shatter damage to the primary target reduced by 6%. No one cares. Where's the Ray of Frost nerf? Where's the Ray of Frost nerf? Oh. Ray of Frost damage reduced by 10%? By 10%? This is gonna do nothing. What about the invisibility? What about all the other things? The million roots? This is gonna do nothing. If we were just doing Ray of Frost damage reduction, it should have been at least 30%. At least. Minimum 30%. If this is it. What do we have for the other ones? Arcane blast damage increased by 15%. Arcane missile damage increased by 15%. Sure, why not? Sure. But this? No, not good enough. Okay. What do we have for the fire? Power blast damage reduced by 6%. Fireball damage increased by 80% in PvP combat. Sunfury Code of the Sun Striders now increases spell damage during combustion by 1% for each spellfire consumed instead of 2%. My poor Fire Mage. I mean, yeah, Fire Mage is strong, but it's not this strong, okay? So, why nerf fire before Frost? I don't get it. I mean, I get it. I know why. We all know why. We know who is playing the Frost Mage. But can't believe it. Like, for how long will we... Okay, next. Monk. Windwalker still hitting like a truck. But I'm a Windwalker enthusiast. And I'm not gonna comment on any nerfs here, okay? but it's hitting like a truck still, okay? Brewmaster, what do we have here? High tolerance refunds 2/4 seconds of purifying brew cooldown when cast at elevated stagger was 3/6 seconds. This does nothing for PvP because no one's playing Brewmaster in arena anyway. Zen state increases stagger effectiveness by 15% based on the missing health was 20%. I mean, this is a little nerf. All damage reduced by 15% in PvP. Wow. Wow. Guys, Brewmaster is getting flat 15% damage reduction in PvP and Mage is getting 10% on the Ray of Frost. Wow. Damn, I was getting destroyed by those Brewmasters, man. I was getting destroyed by the Brewmasters. Damn. They're like, we had to nerf those Brewmasters. Okay, Paladin. How is Paladin looking? We know what's up with the Prot Paladin. Prot Paladin is still hitting like a truck. The one-shot thing, it's really strong. Holy Paladin, they had some bug going on, so it was pretty weak. So hopefully that's fixed. And for the Red Paladin, per usual, it's always S tier, it's always good. So, you know, I think Divine Toll is just too strong. That's it. Outside of the Divine Toll, like Divine Toll is really strong. Like, it's just... it's too strong, okay? So that's my opinion on it. But I'm expecting no nerfs, okay? Eternal Flame healing increased by 15%. Word of Glory healing increased by 15%. Light of Dawn healing increased by 15%. Okay, sure. Why not? No one is offended by this, I think. Protection base armor increased by 10%, okay. Not gonna do anything. Armor does jack shit anyway, right? Holy, mana regeneration is now reduced by 35% instead of 45. Ooh, this is a big nerf. Sorry, buff to the Holy Paladin, actually. So it's not gonna get easily. At all. Templar Protection Paladin. Divine Extraction now causes Divine Toll to cast 2 additional times at 75% effectiveness in PvP combat instead of 150%. So this is 50% nerf. This is big. This is very big. This is huge. This is gonna balance the Protection Paladin in PvP. Okay? Very good. Very good. So no red changes, right? Okay. Okay. Priest. Guys, we know what's up with the Priest. Shadow Priest is garbage toilet tier. And Shadow Priest needs some love. Okay. You know what I want. I want the stun. I want the life swap back. Void shift. That's my wishes. Now what will we get? We'll see. Discipline. Atonement damage transfer has been increased to 30% from 29%, not applied to PvP. Okay, whatever. Atonement healing now it decays more rapidly beyond 5 targets. Doesn't matter in PvP at all. Holy, all healing increased by 6%, not applied in PvP. Okay. Shadow. Ooh, we have some Shadow Priest buffs. Shadow Word Madness increased by 25%. Nice. Mind Blast and Void Blast damage increased by 20% in PvP. Very nice. Very nice. Will this be enough? I don't know. Maybe not, maybe yes. Honestly, I wish we had some Mind Flay buffs as well for the Archon. Not just for the Void Weavers here. I personally enjoy Archon more. So I wish we saw that as well. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough, but it's something, you know, it's something. Like, it's a decent number. You know, it's a decent number. But then again, we're missing all the utility we had. Like, we miss a lot of utility, okay? Okay, Rogue. What are we thinking about the Rogue? We all seen it. Rogue is insane, per usual. It's Mage, it's Rogue, it's Red. That's how it goes every single season. So this season, it's the same. Outlaw, really strong, dominating high ratings. Personally, I've never seen Outlaw Rogue dominate below 2k. So I would say for the average players, it's not that oppressive. So yeah, we should nerf it a little bit, but nothing crazy. Now for the sub rogue, still the same. It's really strong. It's the Shadow Dance. It's the Shadow Dance, right? Assassination. Really strong burst on the Kingsbane. Outside of that, it's whatever, you know. So Assassination definitely the weakest. Okay. Outlaw between the eyes damage. Oh, this is PvP. Let's start with the normal ones. Ooh, we have a lot of stuff here, huh? All damage increased by 5%, not in PvP. Trickster Cloud Cover. Primary and secondary duration reduced to 6 seconds from 10. Okay. Cloud Cover now causes phase to stack 1 additional time, so instead of 2. These are decent nerfs for the Trickster. No Scruples crit chance bonus increased to 12% from the 10. Okay. Additional stacks of phase granted by Cloud Cover no longer increase the magnitude of secondary effects such as damage reduction from the smoke talent. Okay, so Trickster is getting nerfed a little bit. Sub. All damage increased by 7%, not in PvP. Trickster, same changes. Cloud Cover primary and secondary duration reduced to 6 seconds from 10. No Scruples crit chance bonus increased 12% from 10. Additional stacks of phase granted by Cloud Cover no longer increase the magnitude of secondary effects such as damage reduction from the smoke talent. Same changes. Whatever. Nothing really changed here. Like we can forget about these. Outlaw. We have only outlaw changes. We have only outlaw changes for real. Between the eyes, damage reduced by 15% in PvP combat. All damage reduced by 5%. I mean, I agree with these changes, okay? I agree with these changes, and I think this is enough. But it's funny that it's only outlaw here, right? I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, outlaw can shine for 1 week, and then after that, we're back to the old. Right? Kind of funny. It's pretty hilarious, I'm gonna say that. Shaman, my beloved Shaman. I love Shaman. Now, Enhancement Shaman, doing well. Elemental Shaman doing actually decent, but the rest of Shaman does need love. So we could slightly buff Elemental, slightly, because it's pretty decent. Enhancement Shaman is really good, and Rest Shaman is dog. So Rest Shaman needs a buff. Elemental Shaman could use a little one. Enhancement Shaman is good. So let's see what we have here. Enhancement Shaman. All ability damage increased by 5%. Out attack damage increased by 10%. Nice. I mean, nice for the shamans, I guess. Resolved an issue causing Torm's invocation to cast Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, and Tempest with more effectiveness than intended when cast below 10 miles from weapon. Okay. Stormbringer. Natural gift now increases nature damage of abilities by 6% instead of 2%. I mean, Totemic is bare, but this is gonna be solid buff for the Stormbringer. Voltaic Surge now increases the damage of Crash Lightning and Chain Lightning by 20% instead of 10%. Okay, this is more for PvE, but still, it's something. It's decent. Elemental Nothing, Rest on Nothing. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Restoration. Healing Wave increased by 10%. Riptide Healing increased by 15%. Very nice. I like it. Good job. Now, this is... It's nothing crazy, but... it's not needed. If this was for Elemental Shaman, I would agree. Now, guys, I'm an enhancement lover. I love enhancement. But we could be overshooting here. Okay? Because I don't want it to get nerfed, personally. I don't want to get nerfed, and this could push it over to the, you know, OP tier, and then we could get a hard nerf. So I don't like the change, personally. Okay? What's next? Warlock? Now, Warlock, I played all of them. Affliction seems the strongest. It's really, like, the problem with Affliction I have is I don't like that it's not rot enough. It's more single target-ish now. Like, it does really good single target damage, but the rot, you know, Agony does nothing. Agony does nothing. Like, I like the spread pressure gameplay on the at least let's do that on the Hellcaller. Like, at least let's do that on the Hellcaller. We can do the Soul Harvest maybe single target build, and Hellcaller maybe a, you know, rot, more rotty. I would prefer that personally. I tried that build it just doesn't end games. It doesn't hit enough. It does nothing pretty much. So I don't like that about Affliction. But even though outside of that, I do think Affliction is pretty decent. Okay, Demon Lock definitely decent as well. It's pretty solid. Now I would say Destro Lock feels the weakest out of the three, but it's not bad. The thing I'm missing on the Destro Lock is that super short cast time Chaos Bolt when we were farming those soul shards. Can't remember the name anymore, but that's gone, and well, that kind of sucks, right? That's the biggest problem on the Destro Lock, in my opinion. That quick Chaos Bolt is missing. So what do we have here? Stable Affliction increased by 20%. Are we joking? Okay. So Affliction is getting buffed. Wow. Seal of Corruption damage increased by 10%. Okay. Corruption damage increased by 20%. This change does not affect Wither. Yo, this is pretty sad. Hellcaller is gonna be even more dead then. Why? Why does it not affect Wither? Agony damage increased by 10%. Agony should be way more than this. Agony does no damage. Like, at all. I don't get this, though. Why are we limiting? Why do we need to play Soul Harvester always? I don't get it. Destruction, all damage increased by 5%. Nice, sure. Why not? So that's it for the Warlock. Okay, I think Demon Lock could get a 5% buff as well. But I think this is nice for Lock. Lock is not crazy good right now. It's good, but not crazy good. Now Warrior. My probably favorite, right? What can we say? Arms is actually looking decent. Arms is hitting like a truck. Demolish, but it's only colossal arm. Slayer is dead. It's garbage. I'm the Slayer, Arms Warrior, and I don't like that. I need buffs. Okay, I need execute buffs. I need all sorts of buffs. So for us, we're not playing colossal. It's not that good right now, right? So Arms is good, but Slayer is bad. That's the problem I have with the Arms. Now Fury is complete garbage, and it needs a lot of buffs, especially the Slayer. Okay. Again, I love Slayer. I want Slayer OP. No bias, by the way. So, Arms, what do we have here? Execute damage increased by 20%. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go! Overpower damage increased by 20%. Good. Slayer. Slayer strike damage increased by 40%. Rip the Storm increased by 30%. Okay. Not enough. Fury. Let's see. All damage increased by 5%. Nice, I like it. Execute damage increased by 20%. Nice, I like it. Raging Blow damage increased by 20%. Raging Blow sucks. Raging Blow is useless. Slayer strike damage increased by 40%. Reap the Storm damage increased by 30%. And Mountain Tain ground current damage increased by 50%. Very good changes. Now, will this be enough, boys? That's the question. It could be. It could be. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So, I wish we had a little bit maybe more Slayer buffs. But outside of that, I'm happy with it. Now, protection, execute damage increased by 20%. Mountain Tain, turn blast damage increased by 30%. Ground current damage increased by 50%. Sure, cool. But the main part is we got some warrior buffs. Execute, baby. That's what I like to see. Execute. My favorite ability in the game. That's what I want to see. Finally. And some frost mage nerfs. It was not enough, okay? Do we have anything else for the warrior? We do not. Oh, we have some few changes here as well. Gladiator Distinction PvP Trinket set bonus increases player stamina by additional 5%. Very good, because the burst is way too much. But this is gonna be good. I like it. Poison shielding ray absorption reduced by 50% in PvP. Good, because this, like, I won't be grinding this. So, I mean, I never took it, but I want PvE stuff to be OP. Okay. So, all in all, what are we thinking about the patch? The patch is looking good. The patch is looking good. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Why only an 8? Because we didn't have any Frost Mage nerfs. I'm not gonna even count 10% on Rare Frost. It's if it was under 30, I'm not gonna count it. Okay, I'm not gonna count it. Everything else looking solid. We did have few misses. Warrior good, Lock good, maybe Demon Lock 5%, Shaman maybe 5% to the Elemental Shaman, Rogue a little sub nerf, Priest in my opinion a little bit more, maybe 5% nerf to the Red Paladin, Monk, Windwalker fine, maybe 2% nerf, Mage we talked about 50% nerf on everything, Hunter, Survival needs help, 50% buff and nerf the burst. Marksmanship 10% buff, Evoker 10% buff, you know, Druid. We got Star Surge, which is nice. Feral is carrying good players' hands, so I'm not gonna comment on that because they suck. Havoc 5% buff, DK and Holy 10% buff to the outside of the burst damage. That's it for the patch. Now, boys, I'll be doing some Decor duels, my new favorite PvP activity. Okay, so I'll see you tonight. Maybe I'll be streaming some PvP Decor duels. If you wanna 1v1 me there, you know where to find me. Peace out. Good patch.